This is a video chart presentation of IQNT. It's a NASDAQ global market stock trading under ticker IQNT. The stock price is clearly falling apart from up over top of $8 up near $9. Took a pretty substantial fall in the latter part of 2012 all the way down to $2, but it's put itself together a nice little uptrend. And importantly, I like the fact that it bounced off of this 50-day moving average this week. Closed up on Thursday about 8%, 940,000 shares traded. That's plenty of liquidity. Now I'm going to look for this to see if this is going to continue on this upward path and try and punch through and make some new highs. Now the MACD had a real nice climb coming off of that bottom, broke through zero. It's cooled back off a little bit though. As I always talk about, I want to look and see if it's going to hold that zero mark. A little bit of a retracement is not a bad thing, but I don't want to see this MACD break back down through zero and see the price per share break through the 50-day moving average. So I'm going to look for upward pressure and for the MACD to make a rotation and hold zero. You know, this is something we talk about a lot of times coming off a PPO ADX pinch. PPO trending back towards zero, price per share moving upward. It's just always a good position for a reversal and something that I look for. ADX has worked itself down pretty low now, all three components registering right around 20. It's a very neutral reading. MFI also pretty neutral, where of course it is downtrending a little bit, seeing some lower prices being paid for the stock. But holding around 50, it's an easy position for a rotation and a move back upward. And that's exactly what I'd be looking for. Accumulation distribution is making some slightly higher lows over the last month or so, and even slightly higher highs. So there is some decent accumulation still going on in this play. See the Chaikin money flow registering zero. That's also reflective of buying and selling pressure. And at zero, it's pretty much neutral, saying that buys and sells have about equalized over a 20-day period. CCI making a quick turn with a little bit of buying pressure that came in on Thursday. A breakthrough zero, something bottom feeders look for. It's the first sign of stock price moving towards its 20-day mean. So again, it's an early on sign of some bullishness. Full stow, not getting much out of that. A little bit of a rotation, but still down in oversold territory, below 50, indicating bearish momentum. So just not getting very much at all from the full stow. Tricks to gauge a trend. I'm looking for something along those lines. Hold over top of zero, show that there's still bullishness in the overall trend of the chart. RSI rotated right there at 50, starting to see a common theme. It's a very neutral reading, and as always, what I'm looking for, RSI's holding over top of 50, showing that bullish momentum is being sustained in the play. Now, what caught my eye about this, as I mentioned in the beginning, was this bounce off the 50-day moving average. That also happens to be a general area of resistance. When the stock price was coming up, bumped its head on it a few different times, couldn't push through, finally did. When it came back down, it held it as support. And now it looks like it's trying to hold that mark again as support. It's a classic TA idea of resistance becoming support once it's broken. So it's pretty important to me for that to hold, because if this stock price falls back through it, not only is it breaking back down below the 50-day moving average, which is a bearish indication, but now it's going to have to fight that area again as an old support, now serving as resistance. That 3-day candle pattern right there basically has the look of a morning star doji. Even though this red candle is a wider candle, it's basically the same sort of principles. Downtrend, some indecision, and then an up day. So what I'm looking for today is another green day, preferably on increased volume, to confirm the pattern and lend hints. This chart's going to come up and try and take out this mark and make a new high to generally try and continue this type of upward channel. Stock price won't meet any more resistance until up near this 475 mark, this old support level. So that's a pretty substantial upside from current prices. And one more reason to keep an eye on, see if it's going to hold this support and ultimately go up and try and break through this resistance. It's a nice looking chart and a good one to end the week on. A lot of technical merit to it. One I'll be watching going forward to see how it performs. As always, merely my interpretation of the IQNT chart. Thank you for watching and trade smart.